I'm really excited and thrilled to speak to us each and every week that we do this all-in-one, one-in-all brief video on helping us to actually have more inner peace, more joy, liberate more of our abundance, and express more of our true nature. And this particular week, I actually have a guest in house for the first time. The very first time I'm actually interviewing someone on all-in-one, one-in-all. And I'm pretty excited about the interview, and I hope that you guys will be too. And so, I'm going to go ahead now and introduce you guys. Her name is Mrs. Monica Nyoka. So as we go through this conversation, my friends, I hope that we'll really get some insights, more clarity around the idea of inner peace, joy, and having more abundance. So welcome to All-in-One, One-in-All. Your first time, and my first time interviewing someone on this channel. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, Dr. Benjamin. Thank you for having me.
Okay. It's my pleasure. My pleasure to actually have the opportunity to interview you. So, as I was coming into today, first time interviewing someone, it's been a monologue for the last, I don't know how many episodes I've had so far, but it's been a number. And we've discussed different topics. I know you've watched most of them, I think.
Yes, I watched all of them. Okay,
great. So, Monica is my first mentee in the arena of spirituality. In the arena of adopting practices that lead to more inner peace and joy. And I guess a good starting point would be like prior to you adopting the principles, that we teach. I'll ask this one time. Somebody asked you a question the other day that you mentioned to me. That are you following Dr. Benjamin? What was your response to that?
Sincerely, I really want to thank you for what you've been doing. I'm looking back at my life right now, and the difference between who I was years back and now, very different. But truth is, I'm not actually following you. There are seeds that have been planted, things that you brought up, that when I went back in, I found the truth about who I really was. I found out that there is this person inside of me that, or my higher self, there's this inner guide, that I'm following, and I just get a confirmation of what you say from within. So I'm actually not following you, but I'm being mentored by you. So you just let the word out, and I get the confirmation, and that's just it. That's what it really is.
That's very nice. So so she's not following me, and that's cool. This teaching is not about you following somebody. The teaching is really about you actually finding your true self. And each of us has an inner master. The word disciple, sometimes somebody will say, okay, who knows? Monica hires disciples, one of hires disciples, But the word disciple to me, devoted individual, seeking Christ's infinite powers, loving everyone. So let's look at that word. It's not about you following somebody else. It's about understanding that we have this power inside of us, and it can be liberated. It can be set free. And there's a guide within each and every one of us that will give us the information necessary to relieve us of the burdens that we carry around, some of the heaviness that we have around us. So when you said, you're looking back at your life, how would you have, looking back, how do you describe some of the areas that you, how would you see yourself then, and what are you seeing now?
All right, so then I was this anxious person. I was always going after goals upon goals, and right now, looking back at my life, I see that there was a lot of, that was just a way of downing the fear, putting myself in action, always going after one goal or the other, and I was, reactive, get angry, do, just reactive. What we call the normal life.
You said to get angry.
Yes,
you get angry
too. What we call the normal life. Yeah, that was where I was. And that was just me.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
cool.
And looking back, the difference is so much. You know, the person I am now, I can respond. You know, I'm grateful, more grateful. You know, gratitude is one big word, but I now understand the word gratitude. You know, because I thought grateful was just you're thankful for someone giving you something, right? And that's it. So thank you for exchanging what the world gives you. You know, someone gives you an exchange, and that was just it. I didn't understand it until now. You know, and gratitude really changed everything for me. It's been amazing. And right now, I'm a different person. You know, even my family members don't even recognize me. You know, based on my attitude. So it's different. It's like 7 of what we say in Nigeria.
So when you say family members don't recognize you, right? Meaning, you know, the way you used to be and the way you are now. You know, give me an example of that.
Okay, so the things that I would normally react to, you know, angry about, you know, maybe shout at my kids from time to time, you know, or you know, right now I'm just calm. I'm really calm. You know, the other day my husband told me that I'm a better person. You know,
Good news.
you know, compared to who I was. You know, and I don't get into all of that arguments. You know, I don't even see the need for that anymore. You know, and it was a gradual change. I didn't even notice I was changing.
So, what are, because you know, when we met, you know, at least we didn't even talk about that when we met because we've been doing business together for a number of years, for a while. And then later on down the topic of spirituality came up and we had started to have a discussion and share it with certain principles. I knew you were Catholic, right? For how long? How long would you say you were? I mean, brother, you know, are you still a Catholic? I'm not saying you're not, but would you shed some light on that area in terms of, you know, your own coming up? What were some of the differences that you have identified, and you know, how did you move forward?
All right, so Catholic, yes, I grew up being a Catholic. It was handed to me. You know, my parents were Catholics, are still Catholics, staunch Catholics, and you know, I just grew up in the Catholic Church. So I was a Catholic, you know, for a very long time since I was born. And you know, what I found out was, you know, most times the doctrine always, always point out to something outside of ourselves to fill up the inside without even knowing. So we're always looking for something outside. You know, an example when we say some salient things like the sacraments. You know, is sacrament in the Catholic Church actually means an outward expression of something happening inside of an inward grace. Right? So without knowing, we're always looking for something outside of ourselves to make ourselves complete. You know, when we're already born complete, perfect, and all of that. And so, you know, it just continues. So when you're angry, you think it's something outside of you that makes you angry. When you're sad, you think it's something outside of you. So you're out there looking for something outside, not taking responsibility for what's happening to you. You know, so that was just it. That was where I was. You know, until I started imbibing certain things and practices, and I started looking inwards. I found out, you know, God created us perfect. Perfect from day go, you know, from word go rather, from day one, you know, and nothing can make you imperfect, right? It's just that we got this beliefs that we need something extra to now make us better people and all of that. All I did was just look inward and keep looking inward. That's where I am, you know.
All right. So when you say look inward, you know, what do you mean by that?
Okay, you know, I started this practice, meditation. So, meditation, you know, in the Catholic Church, what I was used to, or what I was taught was, meditation was, you know, reflecting. It was more like contemplating instead of really meditating. But I found out, from you, I learned that meditation and really is amazing what you do when you're silent and you just listen. Meditation is listening, is going within and finding God, connecting with God. That's what meditation is. And when I start connecting with God, I start finding out things about myself that I didn't even know. I was saying the other day that it looks like I'm going inwards to find God, but actually find myself. I find out more about myself. And the knowledge, certain things just come up in meditation that I never knew I knew. Right? And I'm wondering, where did I get all of that from? But I get that from meditation. So during meditation, I listen. I learned to listen more. For meditation is a powerful tool. It increases your gratitude. And that was an insight I got this morning during meditation about gratitude. The thoughts. Meditation actually just goes, you go in like excavation, going into what has been stored subconsciously and taking that all out, to you take out the clutters, right, and everything that has been stored up there, suppressed, everything that's been put there in there, and you now can listen. You now have thoughts that come from God. So meditation is amazing. Anybody that is not meditating, is taking what we call the desert approach, the wilderness approach, to spirituality. Because you cannot actually, little or no transformation can happen without meditation. So gratitude and fear, right? Like I was saying during meditation I got today, gratitude and fear, the correlation. Fear comes from the ego. It's just a way to protect you. It makes you angry. It makes it just you are reactive, right? Because of fear. And it boils down to the same thing you see from time to time I say about thoughts. Because thoughts inform your action. So where are those thoughts from? From fear or from gratitude? So fear makes you angry, and you think it's something outside of you that is making you angry, but it's within, right? And then it makes you feel unsteady, you feel shaky and all of that. But gratitude opens you up. You're happier, you're better, you feel you have a healthier relationship with your people, but the person doesn't change. Right? It's just your perception of life that changes. Your challenges don't go away. It's just the perception that changes. Gratitude, just comes from meditation. It speeds, if that's the word, it accelerates gratitude, and that's just it.
Man, that's amazing. So the word meditation, right? There's an acronym that some time ago I discovered about it. Meeting eternity during intimate times, attaining thoughts, inspired omnisciently now. That's one way to look at it. So, what I'm hearing coming from you, it's not coming from me, it's coming from you, right? So it's not you following me getting information, it's you going within, clearing out the clutter, and then meeting eternity, right? Meditation, meeting eternity during intimate times, attaining thoughts that are coming up, right, from the wellspring of life. So as you rightfully said, those who were not practicing silent meditation, they are literally like running really fast on a slippery surface with oil on it. So you're not going anywhere. So that's great. So where do you some of the things that I know you have moved into, because when you were before you started practicing meditation, you were at the bank for several years and worked and you're running your business. But what happened since you started really slowing down, going within, and then starting to really attain a higher way of thinking? What are some of the things that you started to see more clearly happen, or you wanted to do?
Okay, so your question just reminded me of what you said last time. right? I guess the last episode when he said some Jesus knocks or Jesus bumps, right? And really, my situation, Jesus bumped, right? So I was forced out there. You know, it looked like it was a challenge, but it was actually for me to start practicing meditation. I believe that was it, you know, because greatness is within, and the only way you can bring it out is by really being in touch with Source. You know, getting to live a purposeful life, you have to have some spiritual practices, and that meditation for one is one of them. So when I went in, started meditating, because the challenge was I lost my job, my husband lost his job at the same time, two adults with 2 children, and you know, it was a challenging period. But meditation helped me change my perception about the challenges. Like I said, the challenges didn't go away, but my perception of the challenges changed, and then I began to see the blessings, the opportunities in them. So, and then apart from that, I started to see life differently. I started to come in touch with my purpose. I started, you know, while I was working in the bank, I was always going to work every day. I had a dream of feeding children on the streets, housing them, setting up a foundation, and doing some other things that I didn't even have time to think about, but I'd always known, you know, it was there. But right now, because of meditation, because of, you know, being that connection that I keep daily, you know, I'm able to do that now. Or working in that line right now, and even more. More, and that brings me to the word more. You know, there's just so much there that the world is going to see very soon. You know, but I'm working on, because I was able to go within and begin to see what I was called to do. You know, most of us think is come out, you're here on earth to take care of your family, you know, take care of your children, but that just keeps us small. That's what I was doing. I was afraid, you know, of the unknown. So I was just there, you know, watch my Indian movies, go to work, and that was it. That was what I was doing. Take care of my family. So it was a nice family and all of that. But I was pushed out, started meditating, and now I'm seeing more, you know, more and more, discovering more of myself, you know, and just so much more that is going to happen as I'm unfolding. Because I'm unfolding, I'm not static, right?
That's very good, man. So you know, so we dedicated this particular series to you know, can we be free from fear? You know, that's one of the titles for the caption that we have out there. Can we be free of fear? What do you say about that?
Yes, we can. But you know, sometimes people don't understand the word fear, right? They think fear means to be really scared and noticeably shaking and all of that. When we're angry, we're afraid, right? It's an underlying, there's something within us that is afraid, and it shows up as anger. And when we react, it's because we're afraid of something, so, or we're trying to protect something. So fear, yes. Fear, if we really understand the word fear, we can be free of fear.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So you know, so when you look back at, you know, how anxious you used to be, you know, a couple of years back, and what would you say about your level of peace now? What would you say about your level of joy relative to issues that happen?
Oh wow! Right now, I'm really grateful, you know, for learning about this. The other day I was meditating, and I wanted to close my meditation with a prayer, and I broke out in tears because I was really grateful for learning to meditate, because I become so peaceful that sometimes, I heard someone say that, is it even legal to be this peaceful, and it's just the truth. You're so happy, things don't stick you the way it used to, and things are happening around you, you see it, but you're just able to sail through. Right? Like I said, it's your perception, because everything just remains the same. Or whether you have, you're able to go through life smoothly or not, is because it's just based on how you see life, or what you think about life, and meditation just puts you in the right track.
When you look at things, the things you look at change. Right? If you change the way you look at things, if you change the way you look at something, what you look at changes. So it's not the thing that changes, it's us changing the way we look at things. And we could resist things, we could push things away, and try to live outside in instead of inside out. So I'm very excited, our first interview, and what would you share in closing this first interview that I've had today? What would you share with those who are viewing this for the first time?
Okay, so
listening to you here on the channel for the first time, what would you share?
Okay, so I just want to take us back to something I said a few days ago. Meditation is like a luxury spa, right? That's the way I look at it.
Never heard that one before.
And if you really love yourself, you have to really love yourself to want to go inwards and find out the truth about who you are. Meditate. Just start from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just increase. Go within and just listen. Find out the truth for yourself. You don't need to, agree with anyone or accept anything. Just go within and look inwards, and then find something to be grateful for always. It changes everything. Right? Gratitude changes everything.
Gratitude. Yeah, gratitude, that word as we close this. Grateful responses amidst the issues that unsettle during experiences. Right? So it doesn't mean the issues aren't there, right? It doesn't mean the issues are not there, but you're grateful amidst the issues. So regardless of what's going on in your life, you can't be grateful. You can't smile right now, regardless of what's happening. So I'm very grateful for your decision and a willingness to come to be interviewed and to put your heart out for others to actually learn from your own experience. And I know it wasn't the easy journey looking back, but it's been quick. For you it was pretty quick in terms of your unfolding and coming to this realization of your peace, your joy. It's not out there. It's not for something to change, for somebody to leave or come into your life that will determine how much peace and joy you have. So guys, we're going to have more guests on the show. We were supposed to be 3 of us today, but somebody got snagged in traffic, so we didn't bother to wait. You'll get to hear from this other friend of ours, friend of both of us, who's also been meditating, also learned this practice some time back, and has some great revelations of her own as well. I pray that you'll start to meditate soon, and we're going to be teaching as well on this channel, what meditation is, and offering one option. There's many different ways to meditate, but there's really just one way to understand what it is. So with that said, man, I'm so fired up about life. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you at the top, right? Remember what the top means?
Yes, the omnipotent palace.
All right, God bless you guys. Bye for now. For those of us who enjoyed this video, or even if you didn't fully enjoy it, but leave your comments, right? Please share it with friends, family, individuals that you'd like to actually learn about what we're talking about, and please subscribe to this channel as well. Our goal is to really help more of us as human beings on this planet rise and shine and reveal more of our inner peace, joy, and reveal more abundance. All right. So thank you for your comments. I'm looking forward to reading them. I'll seek to respond to them. I'm having a great time. I hope that you are. God bless you all.